Well, Dennis, it is great to be back with you for week 3 of our Master UFO Master Classes.
No doubt about it. And when we get together on Monday nights now, it is so exciting to get into these topics because as much as we do the business, we continue to learn each and every week.
It's so true. And, as we were preparing for this, I know we were talking about different things that you and I think we're pretty good at IBV. I mean, we hit it every quarter. We're still picking up a lot of new things. So I think this is going to be great for the team to be able to pick up a lot of these.
Right. And, I want to remind everyone, this is a part of our culture of who we are as unfranchised owners. And it's important to understand that. A lot of you have said to me or Jim in the past, says, God, it's so hard, to get to 300 IBV. Well, we're going to blow it up tonight. We're going to help you identify the ways to get it done. But it does take time. It does take, some patience. But once you get it, you got it, and you're moving in the right direction when you're teaching it.
Yeah, that's right. I love that. And good evening, everyone. They're letting us know where they're from, and I love that. It's great to have all of you joining us again. I know a lot of you have been with us all 3 weeks, or you're catching up by going and taking a look at the first 2 weeks. So let's jump in, Dennis. We have a power-packed hour. So welcome everybody. Wow, from everywhere coming in. So
fast and furious now.
They are fast and furious. And here we go. All right. So I'm going to share my screen, team, so that you can see what we are talking about. There we go. And we're going to move into this PowerPoint right here. Okay, outstanding. And thanks everyone for being on. This should be a great session for you this week. As we lead into this master class, Dennis, we've covered a lot of different things. We tell everybody right up front, it takes, just like you just said about IBV, it takes effort. It does take work. You do have to think about it. You have to plan. It's no different than the business and the way we do things. So I want to make sure everybody's aware of that. And as we give examples, these are examples of people who do it right and who spend the time and take that time to do it. Dennis, we already have on YouTube, Market America YouTube, the first 2 weeks are in a playlist right on the front page.
Right, absolutely. And it's so good. They get these up within 48 hours from the time that we record these. So if you miss one, this is where you want to go. And of course, recommend your team to go back and watch a class. Tonight's going to be exceptional for you.
Yeah, they do a really great job on that. And as they do that, it allows new people, like I just started someone new yesterday, and he's already been able to watch these classes. Once you register for one of these too, it registers you for the next 12 weeks or the next what's left of the 12 weeks. So get your new people to get caught up and get registered, and they can just go right here to our Market America YouTube station to see that. And we've got quite a schedule left. I mean, these first 3 weeks are going to get us really moving, but I'm going to tell you, every week is going to be a master class, from the master, Dennis Franks.
And Jim Winkler.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to it. And again, just keep your Mondays free for the next little bit. It's going to make a big difference. Last week, Dennis, we really pounded and hit on retailing and how to do it, and the tools.
It was really enjoyable. This is something that really makes a difference. And, we put out a homework assignment and, let us know in the chat how you did. I know we had hundreds of actual updates coming in from our master UFO at marketamerica.com, but let us know, let everybody see through the chat on how you did with introducing your current customers with a new product, or basically talking to 5 new people about our Market America brands. Awesome. And did you get those trowel sizes out? That's the big thing.
That's what I wanted to know. Did you get those trowel? All these were important. We love, by the way, that you guys are doing this. The ones of you who are, we are noticing, we know who you are. We also know the ones who aren't, because your name shows up on the list. So it's better if you do it, because we want you to really participate. And we're not taking our time just to have fun, even though we always have fun. We're doing it to move you to that next level. So you got to work with us and push with us to get it done, okay? All
Absolutely.
right, but Dennis, we are moving now into IBV, which if you look at the Master UFO program, that's the number 4 item. We have to do 300 IBV per quarter. You and I were talking before we started tonight, and the big thing on that though is for people to realize it's them plus what? Their customers.
Customers, right.
So we're going to touch on that a little bit too, so you don't think it's just you. This isn't the SAM program. This is the unfranchised, the Master UFO program, and that includes customers. And sometimes I think we think of that on the BB and we forget that on the IBV. So we're going to work to really combine those. So this is how to be an IBV machine, much like Dennis is a dancing machine. We're going to get you to be in an IBV machine here and using shopping and doing. And, you know, before we start, I do want to say, Dennis, that each of you are in different circumstances. Our job is to show you how to possibly maximize what you do. If maximizing it is 150 IBB, fantastic. Maximizing it is 500 IBB, fantastic. It really comes down to you doing what you can do, but being aware of all the things you can do or you may not be doing right now. I hope that made sense.
Absolutely. And, you know, and just, you know, adding on to that, I want everybody to understand, Jim said earlier, this is not the Shopping Annuity Master Member Program. And this is more about building your commission structure and building for the future and the culture in your business. We specifically include customers to your purchases because it's not just about you. It's about sharing what you've learned by shopping at shop.com with your preferred customers. That's part of the relationship, and you'll see volume going up. You'll have to take your time to figure it out, but then very quickly, you'll be able to share that information with your team and customer.
You know, Dennis, one thing I forgot, and it's May 3rd. You know, as of May 1st, everything's 18 months in IBV accumulation too. So, yeah, you know, let's not forget that that's a whole chunk of time to get closer to earning checks while building your business. Because remember, Dennis said it perfectly. This is about building your organization. And when you build your organization, everything moves quicker anyway.
Correct.
So how much BV do we need per week? Well, to do 300, you break it down. You say, I need 25 a week or I need 100 a month. So we looked at it and said, well, you know, we don't want you to do 100 a month or 300 a quarter. I'm going to tell you why. I don't think Dennis and I can take people calling us anymore and saying, I'm at 298 IBV because I didn't get credit on 4 IBV, because you got it down to that little minute thing, which we appreciate you're watching everything, but it makes it hard on you and it makes it hard on the company because there's all these conditions out there, right? And we want you to set it higher. Let's go for 120 a month. Let's go for 360 per quarter, so that if a store you thought you were going to get credit on, there's a condition you don't, great, you're still way, way above. I know Dennis started laughing because we were talking about that before we started.
Every quarter we get that. Yeah, every quarter.
You know, and trust me, we appreciate how hard you're working to get there. And the only reason you're calling is because it matters when that happens. We want to set you up so you don't have to deal with that in the future and don't have to think about it or be stressed out about it. Mm-hmm. So what's going on today in society? You know, do you think more people are shopping online, Dennis, today than 5 years ago?
My goodness, yes. It's just exponential. The
than
multiplier.
A year ago? I mean,
yes.
You know, it's funny. Everybody thought when the pandemic sort of came to a close, people wouldn't shop online as much, but they are. And they want it quick and they want it easy, and we all do, right? But we're also running a business. I want you to remember that. And while we're running that business, it really starts with you as an unfranchised owner, and then it leads to your customers and getting them to do the same. You know, I think, Dennis, one of the probably biggest misses in this entire Master UFO program is people getting their customers to use shop.com or to even download Shop Buddy and get the partner store credit. And the reason I say that is Because if there are customers that downloaded Shop Buddy and would get that credit when they went to a store, they can take that cash back they earn and they can use it towards our exclusive products, which is so tremendous. Save them money.
And again, that's a tool, ladies and gentlemen. We have tools, and the Shop Buddy is a tool for your customers, but you have to get them on Shop Buddy when you register them. It's not just getting them in your computer. You got to follow through and get them on Shop Buddy.
That's right. So important. So let's get started. We're going to break this into a couple areas, and we're going to talk first about where can we get some instant IBV with our Shopping Annuity branded products and our Market America products that have IBV. And I know, Dennis, for both you and I, one of our favorite products is the Immune Plus, right?
Amen. I mean, especially keeping a strong immune system during this past year or so and moving forward. It's so important. These are something that are in our daily regimens. And it's just been so important. It's got the zinc, it's got the reishi mushroom, it's got echinacea in it. It's got everything that we need that we know bolsters the immune system. And look at the value, Jim, on this.
Oh.
1995 and 15 IBV. Amazing.
It's a home run, 75%. I mean, you told me, I remember we were talking one time, you said, hey, I picked up a few extra bottles and I'm sent because it's $20. You're sending it out as a gift to some of your customers as a thank you, but you're generating great IBV doing that.
And it becomes a tax deduction too, and making it a gift too. So it's costing me even less.
Yeah, great point. I know Lisa and I, we take this product every day. I do know you probably about maybe one week a month, we should probably go off, let the body reset on that, right, Dennis? And then jump right back on.
Right. The herb echinacea oftentimes will not work as efficiently as it could if you're using it all the time, every day. It's good to take a week off and stay away from it for that and get back on it. Definitely.
What a great product. Guys, I would really recommend for all of you to consider for some of your better customers. This might be a great gift to be able to send to them as well, to say thank you for what they're doing. Now, I know oral care is vital, and I love our Shopping Annuity toothpaste. Lisa and I use it wherever we're at. We have it at our place in Arizona. We have it back home. We have it when we travel. And she makes me use the little breath thing. She said, that's a great thing to have. And she said, you talk to people all the time and you talk all the time. You better spray your mouth with that.
Shoot, I got to use it around my house because my wife says, you've been talking to everybody in the damn world here. You better use the breath.
And the mouthwash is great. If you've never used that, this is great. Again, gifts for children or for your own children. But again, what we're trying to show you is we're trying to get you thinking of ways you can generate more IBV. Are you, when I wake up in the morning, first thing, I'm brushing my teeth. I'm using my toothpaste. I'm generating IBV. Putting on my deodorant. I'm generating IBV. Drinking my coffee. I'm generating IBV. I just finished my immunity. Just finished that. But these are things that, Dennis and I have built into our life on everything we do, so that we're generating more IBV when we do it. And, I talked about some of these, but there's different hand sanitizers that we have. There's the deodorant, the wipes. Boy, remember when toilet paper was getting scarce? I was glad to have some extra wipes.
Well, you know what? With 3 grandchildren, the baby wipes come in handy too. But recently, it's really funny here. My daughter is a teacher in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area, and we're organizing some packages for children that are not as blessed as many with these products, and send them home so they have the toothpaste, so that they have the Dr. Bright's, the whites, and so forth. So there's so many things. The hand soaps, awesome. Mm-hmm.
Oh, great idea. And another gift giving way to that. I remember when I started the business, and one of the first things I was taught is, why do you go spend all this money at stores when you have all these things that you could use to give gifts that could generate interest in your business as well? Right. So those are some, and we've got the shaving cream, we've got the shaving system, we've got the cartridges that go with it. So all of that, disposable and non-disposable. This is one of my favorite slides because I every day I have our coffee. I have a little K-cup maker out there. Boom, click it. I use it for 2 uses per cup. I know, just I like it better that way. It saves me a little cash, but I go through a couple cups a day at least. I drink my Immunity every day, Dennis. I love that Immunity, and our green tea is awesome too.
Well, you know, Jim, I'm glad you said you used the tea bag twice because a lot of people don't understand that you are spendthrift after all. Myself, I do like the coffee, the K cups. That's one of my go-tos. I get a couple boxes every month. You know, it's just we go through a lot of coffee in our house. And then the Immunity at night is great when you're watching TV, something to relax and do something for yourself. Yes.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't even, it's funny how many people I talk to don't even know about our Immunity product, which again, the ingredients and it's a great product for, as well as our green tea, which is so good. I'm glad you guys are all on here today and hearing about this. And I'm a dog lover. I've always had 2 or 3 dogs, at least in the last 15, 16 years. We always have 2 or 3 at a time, and they love our treats. And it's great to have these. We're always picking them up. Extra IBV again, treats for our dogs, and just having fun with it for them. And the 45% IBV isn't a bad thing. I'll tell you that. Couple new products, Dennis, we have our Shop Annuity Premium antibacterial hand soap. And then we just came out with the glass and hard surface cleaner. I don't know if you've had a chance to try that yet. It's excellent.
Yeah, I love it. I now have 3 of these at my house, 1 outdoors, the outdoor kitchen, and then 1 upstairs and downstairs. I mean, it is great. I was telling Dr. D the other day how good it is on the kitchen appliances, the stainless steel. I mean, it's great. And the windows, awesome. I mean, it's any hard surface. I really love this product. It's a good one.
Yeah, that really is. And so we're going to, in that line, we're just going to keep expanding. You guys are seeing it. I know over the years, more and more products coming and more will be coming. Now, we also, Dennis, we have a few products that we have through our traditional Market America branded products that people can pick up too. We have our fixed thick hair shampoo. We have our Lumiere intensive hand and body cream, and we have our Skintelligence with our Hydroderm deep cleaning emulsion. I mentioned to you earlier about the Lumiere DV. At the end of the year, none of our children are married, but they do have significant others. We're hoping for those married. You got all the grandkids. I'm waiting for them. I'm at a point. I don't really care if you're married. Just give me some grandkids. But for all their significant others, part of their stocking stuff or part of their holiday gift was a Lumiere DV intensive hand and body cream. It's a great, great product. Lisa uses it nonstop. And thought it would be great for the girls. And I know you and your family use a lot of these as well.
We're having daughters, big lotion users here. Again, I also love the Fix shampoos and the conditioner. I mean, this is a great product. It has the argan oil in it. It is just spectacular for the health of your hair. And Kevin Buckman is a fan of the Hydroderm deep cleansing emulsion. He swears by it when he shaves his face, and Buck, he's all about looking good, and he uses this product religiously all the time.
If Kevin likes it, it's good because he'll tell you if he doesn't like it.
He does. Designer man.
I'm a fan of that. I don't shave with it, but I like it. So that gave us a sort of quick run through some of those. But we have other instant IBV items too. We've got things, not things you're going to buy all the time, guys. I don't want you to think that way ever. These are things that you can order on a ongoing basis. But things like pain relief or ibuprofen or aspirin or allergy relief that you're going to pick up here or there that just are going to add a few extra IBV. In fact, these are at 50% IBV. So we keep all this at the house and then we reorder as needed. Again, simple way to add a couple extra IBV. And I got to tell you, it was a story I was telling Dennis earlier. my wife came back from the store and she had bought something at the store that I know we can get IBV on. And I said, I hope she's not home because she'll be in here in a minute if she hears me tell this. And she said, well, it's no big deal. It would only be like 1 or 2 IBV. And I said, honey, that's the point of it. It is a big deal. Everything we can do, we want to generate so that we can show people that if the 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4, they all add up to a lot of IBV. And that's where this all comes in.
I'm telling you, the allergy relief, it was just noted on the chat. It is that time of year. And I will say this, it works. It works as good as the name brands out there. Don't be misled with the fact that this is a white label kind of product, but it is the exact type of product that you would buy with the name brand. And also for those of you that do want to have that cold and flu medicine around the house, if you're looking for that, the nighttime is excellent and daytime works very well. Those are good to have on your medicine shelf.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, just another way to add. Now, Dennis, this is one of my favorite areas. E-gift cards on shop.com, or you can order them obviously on your unfranchised in the back. And I got to tell you, I do a number of different things with these. Example, shop.com card. So every customer who orders from me, I send them an email. And one of the things I do with that is if they get me a referral for another BV product, I offer them a $10 shop.com card so they can use that when they're buying their exclusive products. So again, a way it's a tax advantaged way to increase my business. Petco, no longer a partner store. And by the way, let's address this. Sometimes stores come, sometimes stores leave. It's really a pain in the butt, right, guys? I mean, there's no other way we can put it. But I got to tell you, the team, and we have a great team that works on this, they're trying to get every store they can. Sometimes stores say, hey, we're done with that budget for right now, or we don't have the funds for it, and they pull back. It's not shop.com or Market America saying, hey, we don't want to be with them. It's them making a change. And a lot of times it's temporary. But Petco has stepped away for a few minutes here, but we do have Chewy.com, which I got to tell you, I love if you haven't tried Chewy.com. But I also love Petco. So I can order the Petco gift certificates, Dennis. I can go to Petco. I get instant 7% IBV when I do that, which is a great thing to be able. It's instant. You have it the next day, the next day it pops up for you. And I won't go through all these. You can name any, during the summer, we tend to hit Domino's a little bit out on the lake, have them deliver it to us. I always order my Domino's gift certificates or a Staples you can use.
Makes sense.
How many people use Uber Eats in the chat? Let us know, because now you have a gift card that you could use that with. Dennis knows my favorite airline always. Everybody knows it. I talk about it all the time. I love Delta. Delta is one of our gift cards we can use. I mean, we could just pick and talk on all these different ones. We just wanted to give you a quick sort of look at some of them, but you need to you can either go in your unfranchised.com under ordering, and you can type in gift cards or IBV, it'll pop up, or go to shop.com and look at e-gift cards. Either way, you need to take a real good look. And no, Stephen, it is not Air Canada. I do love coming to Toronto, but Delta would still be the airline of choice, my friend. So with that being said, there's all these different areas that you can pick from. You need to look and see, where do I buy right now? It's not about what Dennis and Jim do. It's about, where do you already spend the money? Can you get paid for it, right, Dennis?
Exactly. And again, I know you all give gifts. And I'll tell you today, it's hard to pick the right gifts, but with a gift card, you know that they're going to be using that and carrying it around. And you'll be getting IBV in addition to meeting your gift quota.
Yeah. Top Golf. I love Top Golf. If you have one of those and you've ever gone, it's not a cheap date. And if you can have a gift card and get paid for it, I like it a lot better. Someone on the chat mentioned Raise.com, Dennis. I am a huge Raise.com fan, and that's 5% IBV.
Right. I believe that's our #1 store at shop.com, where our unfranchised owners shop on a regular basis.
Yeah, and So you know what's great? You can go to Ray's and get a gift card, and then a lot of times you're able to use that gift card at a store. And again, you're doing that double dipping. And sometimes Ray's can save you some money as well on there. But I've really become a huge fan of our e-gift cards. I love instant IBV with it. I know what I'm getting right away. So you got some great, great options between all of these stores, between Rays.com. There, and again, remember, how much are we talking about generating here? We said what 120 IBV a month. If Dennis and I haven't given you enough ways to do that already between shopping annuity, exclusive products, gift cards, I mean, I think you can crush it already.
Well, you know, the one thing, Jim, that's also nice is date night. I don't know how many of you with your significant others put time aside for date night. You can try a new restaurant through these cards. You can do fun events using these cards, and you plan them, and you know you're already going to go out and spend some money. And there are friends of yours that may have date nights that you may want to gift them something. I think it's a wonderful way to acknowledge both what you offer by using it yourself and sharing it with others. And the next thing you know, they're going to go to Rays.com on your website.
And talk about generating, you know, we talked about customers, Dennis. Well, why wouldn't we be teaching our customers about Rays.com or our gift cards, but Rays.com where they can save some money, and you're generating that IBV from them using it every time they buy their thrift shop buddy.
Yes.
Just a home run, guys. Dennis, would you lead us into Rastelli's? I know you're a meatitarian.
Meatitarian is right. Let me say this to you. I have spent time with Ray Rastelli. I have done cooking shows with him. You may have seen some. You can look them up at our YouTubes. But I will say this, their food is spectacular. And they offer 5-star restaurant quality food. Now, the one thing I want you to know, and a lot of you just shop the deal where you get the 22% of instant IBV when you buy these packages. Well, on occasion, I'll buy a package, but I just go right to their site too, and I'll make an order directly with the many different types of foods that they have. Because, you know, as much as I love their packets, I mean, of the multiples of meat, I mean, Dr. D basically says, Dennis, 1 pack I love every month. I get it like clockwork. It's great. Same here, but there's also certain foods, especially during barbecue season, or if you're having a special meal, you know, you may want to get a roast. You may want to get some lamb. You may want to get something different. Right. And it's there, and it all has IBV value. Not the type of IBV value you're seeing here, but just think about that. If you're getting one of their $149 packages and you're getting 22%, if you're just making that order, you're running somewhere around 40 IBV here, folks. And, you know, that adds up very quickly. And I realize that some of you said, well, I can buy my meat, you know, less expensive. Well, let me just say this to you. You're supporting your business, you're getting volume, you're establishing the culture of what you do. But there's things like their shrimp and scallops, and the fish is amazing. It's just a great place to go, Jim. I'm a big fan, and I'm so grateful that we have these.
I'm so glad we have Ray as a partner as well. You know, Dennis, I've already had 2 people who have achieved over the 300 IBV this quarter already in the first 30 days. And one of those is a Rastelli's every month. It's on auto ship. And if it's on auto ship, it goes up to 27% IBV. So, nice. And they just make it part of it. This is their family, and they take their budget, and it's part of their budget for what they do with meals is having Rastelli's. But what a great way, and they've duplicated it. Interesting that this person also has more IBV challenge winners in our SAM or Master UFO than anybody else in my organization, because she's duplicated habits like this throughout that organization. And it does lead from the top, doesn't it?
Absolutely. And, you know, I don't know how many of you will invite some of your teammates over for a team building night or something like that. But, you know, when you get your burgers or you get your things that you may cook on the grill as something to share with your teammates, what is that? that's basically part of your business. And again, I look constantly as an entrepreneur as ways that I can build my business and also leverage the things that I use on a daily basis. It's just thinking smarter.
That's right. And smarter is having Zoom as well, Dennis. And I know you and I sometimes feel like we Zoom and Zoom and Zoom all the time because we do it all day and all night. But we've got a great deal for people, great pricing. And one of the things that's wonderful on this, it's 15% monthly reoccurring IBV. And you say, oh, that's not that much if it's only $12.99. Every point adds up, and as your team is doing it, remember, the ultimate goal is not hitting master UFO. That is, I always say, the gold standard. But the ultimate goal is you earning commissions through IBV. So it's what you duplicate down within your organization. And these are just great deals to have what we have with Zoom and to have IBV attached to it is just a great thing, and customers can do it.
Right. And as your organization grows, 100% of anyone that is an unfranchised owner that builds this business needs to use the technology, and Zoom is the easiest and the fastest way to make that happen. And if you're getting not only a great price, but you're getting IBV, imagine when you have 10 on the left and 10 on the right.
Right.
So now that, 2.9, or 3 BV becomes 30 BV on the left, 30 BV on the right,
Power of the business, right? It all adds up as you grow. And one of the areas that we're going to get back to in this world is travel, team. And, we've been showing you some hotels.com, Delta gift cards. I don't know if you saw there are even some cruise gift cards on there, but we have our own unfranchised Premier Travel. I am such a fan. You can find this in your back office under ordering. When you go there, what you go in and you search, you will find incredible deals. Today I was doing an accountability group, and one of my business partners, Shelly Bowe, was talking about how she just needs to get away sometimes if she's doing a seminar even, because she wants to be where there's no distractions. She said, I go to the back office, I go to our unfranchised travel. She said, and I find a hotel in where I live, and I go there and I work for the day and do my seminar. She goes, you would not believe the rates I get and the 11% IBV. This is a great area as you start traveling again to be able to use with our unfranchised travel, guys, and you will really enjoy it. Better than I look at everything from a business perspective. The IBV is great, but you're not going to find any better rates than this either. I'm going to tell you when you take a look at this. It is fantastic. It is if you're going to be going somewhere, look in your own business first to generate that extra IBV.
And it's a habit. You just have to get in the habit to get it done every time you start at shop.com.
You do. And it's great, Dennis. I'm so proud of all these guys being on here, because I know some of them are on and they're saying, dang, I forgot about that, or I stopped doing it or whatever. But now they're going to get back in the habit of doing the right things. It's just going to make hitting Master UFO that much easier for everybody. I mean, look at this. Let's head to Vegas and get some big discounts.
We're just gonna say, maybe we should do a basic 5 in Vegas.
Maybe we do our final Master UFO Masterclass.
A celebration,
and have people who turned in their homework every week come out there and spend a little time. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
It would be a home run.
So now, as an unfranchised owner, you're going to receive that 11% IBV. And you're going to get those discounted rates, and it's awarded within 24 to 48 hours. So again, almost like instant IBV we're getting. All this we've gone through generates IBV. Some will be in big chunks, some will be in smaller. Dennis, let's talk partner stores now, though. Let's move into some of those 3,000 plus partners we work with.
You got it.
So first thing, I want to make sure everybody realizes, because there are some new people on here, make sure you are logged into your shop.com. On the right-hand side, make sure it says, like mine says, hello, Jim, or Dennis says, hello, Dennis, okay? Right. If it says hello, it doesn't say hello, your IBV is going bye-bye. You need to be on there, okay? So make sure you're logged in. and make sure you have Shop Buddy downloaded onto your computers. It is an absolute must. And I'm going to tell you, make sure you check it every once in a while, because different operating systems, it can sort of knock itself out because the system changes. And I use Chrome, Dennis, on mine. Even though I have a Mac, I use Chrome.
Myself, yes.
And I have to download it probably. I re-download it about every 3 or 4 months, because I'll notice I'll go to a store and it might not pop up the way it should. So when I download it, I'll get rid of it and download it again. Great, I'm good to go.
Right, right. We're just setting some individuals that have some challenges with Safari. So Chrome is a home run. You can download it and make it work. Yes.
Yeah, and I've used that on my Mac forever. You know, one of the things, as Dennis and I were preparing for this and talking to our team, one of the things they let us know is there are some stores that don't, Shop Buddy doesn't work on. They won't recognize it, but we can still get IBV credit. So Dennis, on a store like, say you're going to Home Depot, which I've used just recently, we're doing some remodeling at our condo here in Arizona. Lisa and I have to go to Shop Buddy, then we go to Home Depot. By going through, we go to shop.com, then go to Home Depot. By going through shop.com, we guarantee, now it's only 1% IBV, but you know what's great? We make sure we get it that way, because Shop Buddy does not pop up at Home Depot. So any of these that it does not pop up at, we want to have you make sure you go through shop.com first. And Dennis, I talked with Lisa Sears today, and we're going to have this list downloaded. We'll probably send it to Kate. We'll put it in unfranchised.com, and then it'll be updated about every 3 months, so people can make sure they're not missing any deals, or they don't think a store would give you IBV.
Yeah, the one thing also that I want to add to that, if you notice your NBA store, NFL store, with the NFL draft just getting done, if you're living in one of those pro towns and you like the new college heroes coming into your town, I'm sure they have their jerseys ready to roll, and you want to get what you need going into the NFL season coming up here in the fall.
It would be nice if we could get a Dennis Franks jersey still on there. That would be a big seller. If that was still around, the NFL has no idea how many it could sell.
Well, you know, that's definitely a classic, Jim, for sure. But thanks for the props there.
I will tell you, Dennis, so I did go, as I was doing my search, I did put in shop.com one of my favorite books called The Last Laugh. And it popped right up, full page of you and Vince there together. So we do still have our last laugh. I want to make sure everybody knows that from our author here, that you can pick up on shop.com. That's a shameless plug, but I love the book. So.
Thanks. I'll give you the money after the show tonight.
I'll take the IBV, Dennis.
Oh, there you go.
I'm trying to get my own team to buy it, so we can get some IBV off of that. There we go.
Got it.
Let's also talk about some of the things here. Like, you know, sometimes people get upset because I think I didn't get credit on the IBV. Well, I want to make sure, guys, we do our part as unfranchised. We're business owners. We have to know what to do. And whenever you look at a store, like when I look at Walmart, it says 4% IBV. Now, my mind says I'm going to get 4% on whatever I shop. But that's not always how it works. You have to go to where it says store info and check. And Lisa and I do this all the time. We check the stores we're going to shop from. Then we go in and we go to this left-hand side of it. I'm not worried about the deals over here. I'm worried about things like I see it's 4% on certain things, 3% on others, 2% on others. Then if I go down to the conditions, I mean, it looks like the back of a prescription you get when you're taking, and it says, you know, and I told Dennis ahead of time, I said, I'm a Walmart fan, but I'm struggling to shop there right now because I don't want to have to know every condition. I'd rather buy a gift card or go to a store where it's not so condition rich on there, or shop from my own, you know, all our shop essentials and things where I know I'm getting credit.
I'm so happy you hit that, Jim, because I hear that a lot. We get it a lot at Unfranchised Services. And, you know, it just comes down to it. If it's going to be such a hassle, you're going to have to look at other stores if you're looking to maximize the return.
Yeah, that's right. And we have so many stores. And Dennis and I'm going to just do a quick run because, for time, we could spend hours on this stuff. And we've just got to, when you take a look, if there's things you want to pick up for the baby or the baby gift, look at all the different areas you have here, which you have the ability to order from. And I know a lot of my kids, their friends are starting to have those children and the gifts are starting to come. And they have been told if they ever want any hope of inheritance, they better be going through shop.com, picking everything up that they do. And then you look at the gift cards that can be used as well. Again, easy to pick up. So then we move to things like Walgreens or CVS or some of these. I mean, how many things do we pick up on a regular basis that now you can do right through your business? But Dennis, you said it earlier, it takes a little bit of planning, right?
It does. There's no question in my mind. And in this whole concept, that we see everything, we worried about toilet paper and paper towels when there was a shortage, but in anything that we use, and it's always good to have more than one on hand.
Right.
It's good to have a spare instead of waiting to the last minute. And then you say, I'm going to run out and pick it up instead of already have pre-ordered it, getting the credit, same product, same pricing, maybe better, and it's there for you and you're supporting your business and you're getting in the right habits. And that's powerful.
It's wonderful. Anywhere you see one cart, that means that's one of our one cart stores that if you purchase, it's instant IBV. I want to make sure everybody understands that. One I love is called Online Drugstore, where you can pick up a lot of great items. So another one, again, think before you do that. And it's just a simple way to get into that habit we're talking about. Now we have, go ahead, Dennis.
Real quick, yeah, it's funny that you came up to this because it sort of works with what this slide comes up with. I was having a conversation with Barb Montgomery, who is she's very green, and she was talking to me about things that we can do differently, saving a tree or whatever. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you, there's a store that we have, one of our one carts called Cloud Paper. And Cloud Paper creates their paper towels, their toilet paper, so forth from bamboo versus trees. Okay. And bamboo is a great source since it can grow up to 3 feet a day. And I recommend it for you to try. So
what's the name of that store again, Dennis?
Cloud Paper, and it's 11% IBV. Okay. And so yeah, if you're like us, we always get extra, to have on hand, And
I see Barbara in the chat, and she's very happy with you right now, Dennis.
Hey, listen, she gave me a lesson is what she did. She took me to school, but that's what I love about our business. So many people know so many different things.
That's right. That is so right. And, guys, take a look at all the different things here, whether it be for trash bags or paper towels, sponges and brushes. And again, you're seeing the one cart areas you can look. And then, you move into different things with different groceries. And we have our shop groceries where you can pick different things up. And I know a big problem, I shouldn't say problem, a big challenge for people was shipping, Dennis, for a long time. Yes. And we've now made that free shipping on over $75. So now that takes the shipping part of it away, okay? So I want to make sure you understand that. Free shipping over $75, instant cash back or IBV. IBV, of course, as an unfranchised owner. A store I have used a lot, Dennis, is Kroger Ship. I don't know if you use that or not.
We don't have that available here.
Well, you know what you do have? You have it right online. So with Kroger Ship, you can order from there, have things sent to you, and it ships very quickly, 6.6%.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that Kroger will ship anywhere?
It'll ship to your house, I'll tell you that. It pretty much will ship everywhere in the U.S.
Yeah, I thought there had to be Kroger's in the area. So there is a typical terrible thing that I have missed. Thank you, Mr. Winkler, for educating me on that. I will make sure that we check that out immediately.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad to see it in the chat where they're having some fun with that as well. So Kroger ship, and then we take a look at some of our other areas we have here that we can do so much with. Additional kitchen partners with IBV. You can see here our kind bars that we have. Of course, one of my favorite stores is wine.com. When you have 5 children who are adult children with significant others, we tend to create some excellent IBV on that. But all these are great
How
ideas.
about this one, Balance by Bistro MD. For those of you on Transitions Lifestyle, the TLS weight loss solution, these are approved meals that they have pre-cooked for you. And I know some of you don't take the time to cook correctly, but here, Balance by Bistro MD, there it is, 13.2%. Even if you just ordered lunches, if you're, for your day or a dinner or a breakfast or something, you can order limited. You don't have to be on a meal plan. You can get 7 meals at a time, 10 meals at a time. It used to be where you had to be on it for an auto ship kind of thing. Not anymore.
Well, now you have returned the favor to me because I did not know much about Balance by Bistro MD. And I love that. That'll be great. Look forward to using it. So again, and for those of you who don't want to talk about balance, how about Krispy Kreme? For the unbalanced, we have all these, which is fun too. So, all good. Whatever you're doing, there's so many. I think the thing.
Baskin and Robbins. Oh my gosh, we need to move to the next slide. That's way
so many ways, of doing things. And I didn't know Outback Steakhouse was on here. You look at things like Fleming's, which is always a really nice steakhouse.
Right.
So many items that we can, again, have the ability to choose from. And then we move into things like clothing. Again, it's become now, for a long time, it's sort of hard to buy clothing online, but we've found that the stores are great about it. If it doesn't fit, that you return it right away. People got used to it in the last year, and we have all the top stores to work with to be able to do that and to create more IBV, or to buy gift cards to create the IBV, or double dip on the IBV as well.
Well, Jim, with those athletic wear, just so you know, I'm guilty of going in and trying a specific type of shoe on and then saying thank you very much and go home and order it in the right size.
I have done that many times.
Okay.
And I don't feel bad because it's our business.
There you go. Absolutely.
It's our business. And again, more of our different cards that you can use. So again, we're just throwing out different ideas for you with apparel, places you can go, whether it's gift cards, whether it's the actual stores to be able to pick things up. Crocs, again, going crazy as always.
I just want you to know that while I don't wear Crocs, but for anyone that has small children and they don't put their shoes on yet, you can get children's Crocs and even get them initialed with their initials on them. And the 2-year-olds are putting them on, no problem. They like it. So I just wanted to throw that out to any moms or grandparents that might have a 2 or 3-year-old that needs some cool shoes.
Well, I like that idea of those little initials. I see Angelique likes Zulily. I see a lot of exclamation points after that one. So you guys are finding a few you didn't know as well. So I'm glad you're seeing these. And now I got to tell you what I'm guilty of, Dennis. So just got a new keyboard, for my, what do you call it? A wireless keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to Office Depot, I think it was. Of course, bought it through my own business, got like 5% IBV. But I'm the man, right? I'm getting IBV on everything I'm doing. And then I was talking to somebody and they said, well, did you check on shop.com? I think it was one of my accountability groups beating up on me again. And they said, well, did you check shop.com before you did? And I said, no, I just went to Office Depot. I took the easy route, right? Well, I took the item I bought. I went to shop.com. I would have gotten, 4.5% more IBV at the same price.
Oh.
And the lesson was, just check. If you're looking for something, just check. If it's not this as good a price, buy it somewhere else. But if it is, why wouldn't you get the higher IBV and do that? So we have our shop office supplies that we have available. So many good items there.
Yep, totally.
And of course, we have a Staples e-gift card. We do have the Office Depot, but Staples e-gift card is immediate IBV again. I think we keep hitting that because you know what? You can't mess up when you get immediate IBV.
See, this is something that everybody needs to know. We're actually blowing IBV up. And really, for those of you that are just in process of getting activated and then building an organization, this is all the practice you need to just find the things that you currently use. If you're going to be a successful franchise owner, you have to know this side of the business. Remember our mission statement. We're going to create the economy of the future by changing the way people shop. So you really need to keep that in tune.
Yeah, so right on what you're saying with that. And again, as we just look at more and more ways you can do things. Lenovo, I have a Fitbit watch, Dennis. I like to make sure I get my steps in every day, you know. And I got that at Lenovo. It was best price I could find it at, and got some great IBV doing that.
You turned me on to the Logitech. I mean, that was really good. If you're buying anything, you know, I don't know if you can see this, but I got this amazing, this is my microphone that I use for when I Zoom. It gives me a better clear voices. So got it from there. My lights, you know, my little odds and ends. That was like a huge savings and also great IBV.
You know, and it's funny because, you know, Dennis and I talk about the same things you should be talking about. Things we need to buy, like when everything went online so much, we had to pick up. We had to make sure we had good cameras, we had lighting, we had microphones. And so it was like, where can we get paid for doing it? You know, we didn't just go buy it. We thought, where can we get paid for doing that? And that's how we want you to think as we go through these different things. And you know, whether it's cars, someone mentioned today on my accountability call, they bought their tires, Dennis, through shop.com and got great IBV with one of our partner stores. I can't remember which one it was, but obviously there's a whole bunch of them there to take a look at. Someone wrote Tire Rack. I think that might have been it, but a great place to pick that up as well. Pet supplies. And again, I'm a Chewy fan. I'll tell you, I've been a Petco guy, but Chewy.com, they do some of the best follow-up I have ever seen as a company. I really love what they're doing, trying to steal some of that for us to make sure we're as good with that. But so many great ways, again, for our pets. And, you know,
just real quick, you talked about you were a Petco guy, but this was something we talked about earlier today. And that was, if we don't have it as a store online, go and maybe a gift card will come out for Petco or where you like to work it, you know. So
and we have Petco as a gift card live on shop.com right now at 7% IBV, guys. And that's a great IBV amount. And by the way, those gift cards, Dennis, those are all available to be put on auto ship. So for a long time, I put a $50 Petco gift card on because I knew I was going to buy $50 of dog food per month between the 2 dogs or the 3 dogs. So we would just have that on there and then I would use it. That was part of my auto ship IBV.
Wow. Smart. Very smart.
You know, one of my favorite things, and you guys have heard me talk about this, though, is shop local. Everywhere I go, I get on my phone, I immediately activate every offer because I want to make sure you understand how this works. You know, if you haven't done this to me, this is free IBV, Dennis. It's like, thank you, Eddie Alberti, and thank you, shop.com and JR, because it's free for just doing what you should be doing. But basically all you do is in this right-hand corner, you go to, well, first you go to shop local, okay? And that's, you can do that right from your site. There's a shop local button, or you can type in shop local. Either way, it'll get you there. Then you put credit cards on file that you're gonna be using. So you know what we put on? I put everything we have. Put my number, Lisa's number. I'm not gonna spend a penny someplace. I'm not gonna get paid at it through this. And once you put those on, Then I just go to where I'm at. Like right now, we're in Arizona. That's the 85250. And all I did was activate every single offer of every store there is within 25 miles of me. So if I make a mistake and go there, I am getting paid for going there. But then you can start looking at the places you want to go and get paid for it. And that's what this does. Here are a couple of the ones, and you'll see some national chains in there as well, like Outback, Dennis. Right now, I can buy an Outback gift card. Okay, guys, I want you to understand this. Buy my Outback gift card. Go and use that at Outback. No, I can't. Darn it, I was thinking I could double dip it, but it's got to be one I have on file. I'll have to figure that out. So I guess I can just get paid either way. I was getting excited.
You're
But as
trying
you
to
can
beat
see,
the system. What are you trying to do, boy?
I'm not trying to. I am trying to maximize IBV as I was taught from my mentor.
I will say this. One thing I will say is that recently I saw in my immediate small town of Cornelius and next door in Huntersville, two 4-star restaurants that we visit are on the Shop Local. And
You
like,
mentioned that.
yeah, I can't get over it. And while I don't visit Burger King very often, but it's a 30% IBV in the Burger Kings in Huntersville. You know,
Wow.
it's just amazing all the different places that are coming up, and of course there's stores too. But until you try this, and even when you're traveling, like you said, you're in Phoenix now, Jim, you know, wherever you are, you can put in that zip code and find out what's near you that you can get IBV.
Yeah, it really is great. And you know, at different times you might be with younger children, you might be with where you got to stop somewhere quick, and this allows you to be able to take advantage of that. And you know, congratulations to our team for adding all of these, all the way up to 18% IBV. And you know, one of the things I'm big on is having this on your phone, making sure you go to your shop.com app. When you go there, make sure you're logged in. You have your shop local, which will be right there on your, as you can see on my screen. That's a second screen. And then you can do a search right on your phone, put in where you're at, and it'll pull it up. And it'll actually pull it up by how far away it is from you. And you want to make sure you have your notifications on. So when I'm driving, Dennis and Lisa and I head off somewhere here in the Phoenix area, it'll start letting me know there's 4 or 5 shop locals nearby, so I can take a look at it if I want to, if we're going to stop at one of those. So it's got all those things right there. You can do this right on your phone. Very simple. You know, I told Dennis, I said, I want to make sure people know that we do what we talk about. And this is a list on the left. I know you probably can't see it that well. That is shopping trips between Lisa and I since April 13th. Okay, that doesn't mean we bought every time. That means that's what we've been shopping. On the right, though, and this is all in your back office. I want to make sure everybody knows you can go back and you can look at shopping trips and you can look at cash back activity. When it says cash back activity, it's actually showing you as an unfranchised owner your IBV. So you can see we got some at Home Depot, some at Ray's, some at Groupon. I can't read Chewy.com, as I've been mentioning, some shop locals. Different places there where we've got Kohl's is another great one Lisa uses a lot.
We use that
Personalization
too, yeah.
Mall. But you know, we're doing what we're talking about with you. I'm going to give you a 2-minute run on this because all this is going to do is point out what we've already talked about, Dennis. We don't expect that you're going to do everything you see here, but we want to show you what could happen if you did. So here's a shopping list of your shopping annuity brand. We didn't put everything in here. We put some of it in here. And if it was a 1-month supply of it that you used here, that would add up to, with 2 soaps, 2 deodorants, 2 shaving cream. I'll tell you what, it would only be 1 deodorant. That deodorant lasts forever, and I pile it on. 2 toothpaste, some razors, some coffee, and some baby wipes. Now, this doesn't have in here, Dennis, things like our Immune Plus, which you and I go through 2 bottles a month with. That's 30 IBV by itself. I know you and Nancy and Lisa and I both use a bottle each.
Yep.
But so when you look at that, that's 70. So if you say there's something in there I don't like, we'll take it out, replace it with another item. Or maybe you only use one a month. Like I said, I'm not going to use two deodorants, and I'm not even going to go. I go through one every couple months with that. But I'll tell you what, I will use one every couple months because I'm using it on a regular basis, and so is Lisa. So then you have things like Immune Plus you can add in as an extra on the side. We talked about Dr. Bright. What if you did a couple that, again, I hope you guys are going to be having good breath as we start meeting people again, because you've been in quarantine. You don't want to freak them out now that you're back there again. Then we talked about some of the different things you could buy, the stores, the places you could go to. I would probably replace Walmart with doing more with Kroger Ship on this example that you see there. But again, another way to generate more IBV as you're looking at that, and making the effort to always replace what you have ahead of time, not when you run out. And Dennis said that earlier. That was one of the best tips you can get. And then Rastelli, they put Rastelli in, Dennis, but they also put in restaurant.com gift cards or Domino's, a gift card like that, where you're picking some different things. And again, these are a couple examples of, thousands we've shared just this evening. If you add up the shopping annuity products, the instant IBV with the mouthwash and the breath freshener, the Rastelli and the Kroger, that's 173 BV per month. Now, again, take off the things you don't like, because you're at 520 with just that. That doesn't include going to any stores. That doesn't include any of the partner stores we talked about. It only includes a couple Domino's gift cards. This should put you in a position where you can get there quickly. But if you need more, here's more. Some of the things we talked about, you can order on a regular basis, like the ibuprofen, the allergy, the different things for your dogs that you can order. Right. Again, I'm just throwing out a few things on here that we put together to say, look at what you can do. Eventually, one of my favorites is Groupon, Dennis. And I know you got the opportunity to do a little golfing finally, but Groupon has some great golf deals on it, where you can order the gift card, get 7% IBV from our shop.com site, go to Groupon. Now, when you go to Groupon, you take our gift card, you put it on, they're called Groupon Bucks, so it goes on right away. Then when you order at Groupon, you get another 6.6%. So you're getting 13.6% when you use Groupon, if you ordered the Groupon gift card, to be able to do that. And then, of course, we mentioned shop.com marketplace earlier and what you can do with that. But make sure you're checking your shop.com site first. We're going to wrap this up with just a few extra things. Different areas. Dennis, everybody needs ink. I don't know about you, but 4 inkjets is 22% IBV.
You took me there. That's the only place we get them now. So yeah. You're my best.
And I work. It's like I used to get upset. We're printing too much. We're running out of ink. Now I'm like, it's 22% IBV. Come on, let's go. AC Lens is where I get my contacts at. I know Home Depot is only 1%, but sometimes you can get some great items from there. Reef sandals. You live on a lake, Dennis. Do you ever wear those reef? They have where you can open the beer can on the bottom, the beer bottle. 8.8%. Some of you on here, you look at that. Stacy knows reef sandals, best sandals in the world, and you can open a beer bottle. What more could you want if you're from Wisconsin? Fragrance X. I love one of the colognes I love is called Obsession, and you have the ability at Fragrance X. It's 11% IBV. And wine.com, 6%, Raise 5%, Zazzle and Personalization Mall. If you haven't checked those two out, they're outstanding to be able to take a look at. Food we've mentioned, pets we've mentioned, clothes we've mentioned. Here's just a few recaps on it. But, wine.com, Dennis, I thought I'd tell them. They have something called a stewardship program, which is $50. What that does is that gets you free shipping for the next 365 days. So if you order one bottle, it's free shipping. If you order 5 cases, it's free shipping. And that $50 you spend to get that, you get IBV for the $50 as well when you do that.
Nice.
This is something I got from, what one was this? Was Personalization Mall, I believe, on this one. If you take a look at this, we wanted some glasses with our W and our Winkler name on there, and we're able to pick these up and got some great IBV from Personalization Mall. You know, Mother's Day is coming, Dennis. And for a lot of people here, you need to take care of your moms. Dennis and I don't have our moms around anymore. And boy, I wish I could get her a nice gift right now. And a Personalization Mall or a Zazzle, any of those things are great places to be able to do it. Lisa Sears again told me, I said, Lisa, where can I find the best places to find our news stories? She said, Jim, do you read your unfranchised news? I said, I do. I read it cover to cover. She said, that's the best place to find deals and news stores. So I took a couple screenshots. This is the last unfranchised news that came out. And look at all these things on here. News stores we have, stores that came back to us like Skechers, for people like Skechers. You know, I thought this was, and then I started clicking on some of them so I could learn about them as we were talking tonight to go through this. This came out today, Dennis.
Yes.
Shop local. Dine out with mom for 18%, right? Turn it into a write-off.
Yeah, well, when you click on it, it takes you to the shop's local site at your back office, and you just put in your zip code.
And we do the same thing we just went through. Zazzle, we were getting some drink glasses for the Oasis in Wisconsin. Waited till there was a great deal. They doubled our IBV. If you look up here, they ran a special 16.5% IBV. That's when I ordered. Normally it's about 6%, but these come up every once in a while. Lisa did tell me to let you guys know there's going to be some great specials coming up as we move into May, and to stay awake looking for extra IBV. So Dee, let's wrap this up with some homework, okay?
Absolutely.
Let's see if we can keep everybody on the straight and narrow.
Do it.
Again, Master UFO is where you're going to send this, Master UFO at marketamerica.com. We want you to try one new shopping annuity IBV product that you've never used before. Order that on your next order. If you've used every one of them, God bless you. You are wearing the jersey and doing everything you can. But if you haven't, try one of the new items or pick one. Now, here's the big one, and we want your results next week. So be ready to put this in the chat. We want you to contact 5 current customers and explain to them why it would be great to download Shop Buddy on their laptop. And then we want to hear how it goes, because we want you to have 5 more people who are adding to your Master UFO. Remember that, they're adding to your Master UFO IBV. Then the third thing we want you to do is to write out a plan. What's my goal to get to 30 IBV per week? Or if you want to say, how am I going to get to 120 IBV per month? Whatever it is, but what's my goal? And put down some details on it. You know, I got to, Dennis, you know I love Andrew Chi, and he did a great thing with the Canadian Accountability Group, and he had everybody write down how they could achieve Master UFO from an IBV standpoint. And it was so spectacular to see people diagramming out what they were going to do. That's what really gave me the idea on this. Beautiful. And then, of course, submit your accountability sheet. You know, we covered a lot of ground in a lot fast. And
you know what, Jim, I got to tell you, I want to congratulate you. You went through 84 slides in an hour, which is like crazy. But you know what? You were spectacular in bringing home that information, because the awareness, what our unfranchised owners need to just know that they have so much at their fingertips. And if one store goes, another one will come. I mean, and again, we don't have control over the affiliates. We don't have control over what they're providing for us. But the number one thing you have to understand is that there will always be great deals at shop.com. But you got to just get to know where they are and how to get there, and then share that with your teams and customers.
Well, great summary, Dennis. And remember, Master UFO is about making more commissions. That's really what it is. And what we just went through tonight with IBV is about generating more IBV within your team, which will generate more commissions for everyone as you're building. So you guys are great for hanging in with us. I know it was a lot of info. The replay will be up within 2 days. So take your time to watch again. I would share it with your teams. I hope you shared last week's. That was a great one for generating BB. This will be a great one for BB. Dennis, as always, I appreciate you. I know you had a really busy day and we're having some fun and still took the time to jump on and share with everyone. So you're the best. And for everybody on here, have a great rest of the night and a great week. And we will see you next Monday together. Take care.
All right. See ya.